The IL held watch parties in Green Bay tonight in support of their respective candidates. Attendees speaking about their thoughts on tonight's debate. Drew Best joins us now live in the studio with a reaction from both sides. Drew.
Bill, as you could expect, people watching tonight's debate on both sides shared a lot of passion for their candidate. Trump supporters attended a watch party at the Trump Force 47 office, while Kamala Harris supporters watched from the Brown County Democratic Party's headquarters. The debate inspired cheers and boos from both sides, with highly debated topics being immigration and abortion rights. Attendees for both parties tell me some of the key moments that stuck out to them in tonight's debate.
Kamala doesn't have any policies or plans that she's speaking about. So basically all she's doing is spewing lies. Trump talks about his policies and plans, but Kamala Harris doesn't.
I gotta admit, I was afraid, considering Joe Biden's last debate, where he didn't do the best. I was very nervous, but I don't know, pretty much all my fears have been assuaged so far.
We have yet to see when the two presidential candidates will face off again. However, we do know the two vice presidents, Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz, will participate in a debate coming up on October 1st. Bill?